Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today on today's webinar. We're talking about structuring accounts receivables for scalability. Good morning for everyone joining from Australia, and good afternoon if you're joining from New Zealand. I am Jane Evio, Chief Revenue Officer here at ezyCollect, and with me is our guest speaker, Nana, known as our Queen of Cash, really, head of our finance and business insights.
Thanks, Jane. Hi, everyone. Super excited to be here.
Amazing. And what can our guests and audience expect from this webinar today, Nana?
So today we're going to break down why scalable account receivable processes are essential for growing businesses and how to build one that runs seamlessly. We'll also wrap up with a quick look at our educational project designed for everyone to access and benefit from.
Amazing. Yes. So a few topics that we're going to cover today. We're going to make it really fun and interactive. So, just a few webinar housekeeping for our audience here. This is a listen only webinar, but please interact with us. You can use the little chat box there. Actually, let's test that a little bit. Where are you all joining us from? So, Nana and I are actually based in Sydney, but we'd love to hear. Are you joining us from Sydney, Melbourne? Please try and chat there to make sure that you actually can hear us. And you can interact with us in the chat. Amazing. We can see some from Melbourne there. Fantastic. Melbourne again. And we have some from New Zealand as well.
Mhm.
Amazing. Oh, hi, Fiona from Sunshine Coast. We have from Brisbane, Newcastle. Oh, this is exciting. We have people from everywhere in Australia. We're also going to have Q&A at the end of this. So we have a little Q&A button there. So you can pop your question along the way while we go through the different topics, and we'll either address them on the spot or towards the end. All right. So I guess let's get started now. Itching with the very first question here for you, Nana, is why does accounts receivable scalability really matter so much? Why?
Yeah. Imagine your business as a car. Cash flow is the fuel that keeps it moving. A scalable account receivable process keeps that fuel flowing smoothly by reducing delays in invoicing, collections, and reconciliation. So no more waiting on payments to pay your suppliers or employees, and you can even have reserve cash to reinvest in growth.
Okay, that's really good to know. But now let's look at it from a different angle and
Mhm.
flip that into a different perspective. Like, what happens then if a business doesn't have a system in place or doesn't build a scalable AI system?
Well, the harsh reality is that a non-scalable AR process can hold your business back at every stage of growth, and it creates a domino
Hmm.
effect. As operational bottlenecks, if you are still relying on manual invoicing and chasing, your team will be bogged down in administrative tasks rather than focusing on strategic initiatives. They're spending time on things that can be easily automated.
Mm.
And yeah, and then secondly, with cash flow challenges, in fact, 81% of businesses reported an increase in delayed payment as of June 2024. And we all
That's a
know the
pretty big
tremendous,
number.
that's right. We all know that it have tremendous impact on our operations. And obviously, because of that financial pressure, right? When payments are delayed, you often need to rely on credit to bridge the gap. And this means you
Hmm.
are accruing interest and your financial health is at risk. Hardly the foundation for any sustainable growth, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I'm like just speaking from a CRO hat, we all talk about getting
Yeah.
sales, but I know you tend to remind us about make sure we have the cash in the bank. So, yeah, that's a very big lesson for all of us in the team in EasyClick.
That's a mentality I wanted to have the whole team to be on board, and yeah, there we go. If we don't follow a proper scalable AR process, the stunt growth, which we don't want. Inconsistent
Mm.
cash flow make it extremely difficult to seize new opportunities, like
Hmm.
hiring the talent you want or funding a new purchase order. With that steady cash flow, you're always playing catching up.
Yeah, and that's really not a good thing to have in any business. But it does sounds like a bit of a nightmare when you have these kind of problems. But Don't you think this is just like a problem for like big or large enterprises?
Definitely not. Even small businesses need a scalable AI system. The worst
Mm.
part is fixing a broken AI process down the line is far more challenging than establishing them correctly from the start. But it doesn't even end there. 90% of SMEs in Australia cite poor cash flow as the primary reason for business failure.
Oh wow. That
90%.
that that's a big
Yeah,
number. Yeah. Like
absolutely.
I can already see like the domino effect. Like if a customer can't pay their supplier, then the supplier can't pay their suppliers, and then yeah, it's just all downhill from there.
Absolutely. Yeah. And yeah, just think of it as running a marathon in shoes that are too small for yourself. Eventually, it's going to slow you down and even stop you in your tracks.
Okay. That's really insightful, Nana, but then we want to avoid those. So, what do you
Absolutely.
think are the key building blocks of an effective accounts receivable system that can easily scale?
Yeah. It all starts with the three fundamental elements. Number one, technology. Two, standardization. And three, compliance. Well,
Okay.
let's break them down. First, with technology, in today's world, automation is absolutely key. Well, in fact, 70% of companies report a positive impact of technology on their AI performance. But um, let's be real, the cost of implementing and running this technology can be substantial. So it's crucial for yourself to ask these questions. Do you have the right ERP and AI systems in place? Are they well suited to your businesses or for at least the medium term from 2 to 5 years?
That's a really good question to ask. And I think our audience should definitely reflect on this one because we talk to a lot of customers and, they may have started with QuickBooks Online, Zero, and as their business expands, it tends to not grow with them. So they have to then look for other vendors, to go hand in hand, like you said, with the technology and that they can use all in one place, perhaps.
That's right. And the next one is standardization. Well, establishing clear, repeatable processes across your AI function would reduce errors, streamline operations, and ensure consistency. Right. So with
Mhm.
standardization of your payment policy and collection workflows, that would help set customer expectations, simplify your team training, and keep your AI function efficient as your business grows.
It all starts with a good, simple process, like you
That's
said, right?
correct.
Standardizing that. Yeah, amazing.
And finally, compliance. Your AI process needs to align with local and international regulations from tax and industry standards to data privacy requirements. A simple yet
Okay.
powerful practice that tends to be overlooked actually is record tracking, keeping
Mm.
a clear, accessible log of key actions such as invoice issuance, payment promises, and payment receipts would build a strong audit trail and help resolve any customer disputes quickly when that happens.
Good customer record keeping, I guess, is the key here, right? So thanks for
That's right.
sharing that. Yeah. Anything else other than these three fundamental elements?
Yeah. Uh, on top of these three fundamental elements we mentioned earlier, there are two more that can further elevate your AR process.
Hang on a second. I'm excited about these next two things now, because I think like data driven and, it will incorporate AI as well. It's such a buzzword in any business. But before you talk about this now, I'm just keen to hear from our audience who's joined us today. Have any of you implemented any of these, perhaps any AI or data driven solutions in your accounts receivable process? We've just popped a little quick poll into your screen. If you can just like click yes or no, we'd really love to see, what's there, what's our audience doing today. Okay, see the replies are coming in. All right,
Oh,
I think
wow.
everyone has answered. Wow. Wow, this is we can see about 89% of our audience has actually said no, they have not implemented any of these AI, data-driven like I guess for some, like what does this even mean, right? So Nana, maybe you can give some more information in this and people can start thinking about it really.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's actually a surprising result to me. Um, so our fourth element, data-driven insight, it would help you understand what has happened in the past and what's happening right now in your accounts receivable. They turn raw data into clear, actionable decisions. So with
Okay.
data-driven insight, you can spot your payment trends. For example, based on historical data, you can identify patterns in your customer behaviors, such as seasonal delays uh, due to public holidays, for example. And
Hmm.
you can adjust your collection strategies accordingly. Secondly, data-driven insight can help you with your customer segmentation. You can tailor your approach depending on whether your customer paid late, early, or on time. It helps you prioritize effort where it actually counts, not wasting your
Actually,
labor resource. Yeah,
yeah, actually, that's really good because then you can marry that up with the standardization that you have and then
that's
further
correct.
it down with now looking at your VIP customers, good customers, and bad customers over there. Yeah, that's really, I really like that. I think, yeah, it's important to personalize those things. Yeah.
Absolutely. And lastly, data-driven insight would help you monitor your account receivable performance by quantifying your AR performance using key metrics such as day sales outstanding, AR turnover
Hmm.
ratios, or the collection effectiveness index. You can stay on top of your AR health. Side note,
Hmm.
but super exciting, we'll be releasing a comprehensive guideline on the top 10 AR metrics to monitor right after the Easter holidays.
That sounds exciting, Nana. I really like, I mean, you already talked about some of the key metrics there, but then you're saying you're giving a few more, top 10. Ooh,
Yes, that's
okay.
right.
So something to look forward to for our audience after you have all those Easter chocolates, you know?
And
And what, how do we then move to the next one, which is how does that marry up like data-driven insights and the predictive analytics?
yeah, last but not least, our fifth element is predictive analytics. At the high level, it's a practice of using machine learning, AI, statistical models to forecast outcomes such as cash
Hmm.
flow, customer behaviors, and potential financial risk. Well, it's a way for businesses to move from being reactive to proactive in managing receivables.
Okay, can you deep dive a little bit more into that, please, Nana?
Yeah, absolutely. Here how it plays out in practice. Firstly, with risk assessment, predictive analytics help you identify high risk accounts before they even become a collection problem. This
Okay.
gives you the early visibility, allowing you to decide upfront whether to onboard a customer or even offer them credit. Next, we have payment forecasting. You can
Hmm.
anticipate which customers are likely to pay late, by how long, and take steps in advance to prevent any potential downsides or challenges.
I like
Next,
that.
yeah, absolutely a great tool. Next, cash
Hmm.
flow projection. It will give you a clear view of expected inflows, which help you manage your working capital more confidently.
That's
And
very
it will
good.
be,
I think, yeah, sorry, that's just really important. Like if we're speaking about our business, you know, then where we can put it in for our next hire or other resources that we may need internally, and where we can invest our money moving forward. Yeah.
absolutely. And it's will be amazing for budgeting that coming up as a majority of businesses are doing budgeting at the moment or in the next couple of months. So cash flow projection is definitely a great, powerful tool for any business, especially within the current economy. And
That is
finally,
true.
yeah, with optimized collection strategies, predictive analytics help you tailor your follow-up flows, automate reminder and tasks, and improve recovery rate overall while reducing the strain on your team.
That's good. Yeah. Um, Look, I really like this. Like, I'm always pro technology and these predictive analytics. But my question is because looking at back and reflecting on the poll that we just raised with the audience, majority of our audience don't even have this. Do we really need both? Do we need the data-driven insights and this predictive analytics, right? It sounds like a lot to put in place.
Well, that's a tricky question, Jen. Oh, okay. So data-driven
Sorry.
insight and no, both data-driven insights and predictive analytics are
hmm
essential for modern AI management, and they serve different
Okay.
purposes.
Okay.
Data-driven insights analyze past and present data to help you make informed decisions, whereas predictive analytics goes one step further, forecasting
Mm,
future scenarios to help businesses
right.
anticipate challenges and opportunities. Well, together they
Okay.
provide a complete picture, past, present, and future. So they allow us to optimize what we do today and prepare
hmm
for what's coming tomorrow. But
Okay.
I mentioned at the beginning, right, the three fundamental elements of a scalable AI process are technology, standardization, compliance. So as long as you nail these three, your AI foundation would be in good shape. And from there, it's really up to you to decide whether to adopt data-driven insights or predictive analytics or both based on what best supports your business goals.
Okay, that's really good. I like those summarized, very concise and clear for obviously, hopefully for our audience, technology, standardization, and compliance. I'm hoping everyone in the audience have those already three in place. But if not, hopefully we can help, as we progress in this webinar. And then those two key things. I mean, we're saying key, they are optional, but as Nana suggested, it's really good to have these in place. Now, with all this information, I mean, we've covered, these essentials. Let's talk about where people can learn more about this. And I know, Nana, you've been working on this. Tell us a little bit more about the ezyCollect Academy.
Yes, ezyCollect Academy is our free resource hub designed for everyone, from students and juniors to seniors and executives. It's packed with practical insights on AI and financial management.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. I know you've been working on this baby for quite some time. So is this really for like AR teams and managing big finance teams? I reckon there's something for everyone, isn't it?
Exactly. And the best part, it's free and available online 24/7 at easycollectacademy.io. And we pour
There
our
you
heart
go.
and soul into creating this content.
Amazing. And I heard a little birdie told me that this actually consists of, isn't it, 10 modules? Is that
Y-
right?
Yes, it's a series of 10 modules and each building on the previous one with the difficulty
Mm.
level gradually increasing. And there will be one webinar associated with each module. So it's a great opportunity for us all to meet up again. Um, sorry, I haven't even asked you to be my host next time yet.
Oh, let's talk about that after this webinar. But what I'm really excited is because you said it's 10 modules, and I believe module one and two are already live. Is that correct?
That's correct. One and two
Mm-hmm.
already live. And as I mentioned
Mm-hmm.
earlier, Model 3 will be released after the Easter holiday. The topic is top 10 AR metrics to monitor.
Okay. So, for our audience, you can scan this, right, and go to our website, easycollect.io/academy. This will obviously update it as we release those 10 modules. I mean, what can you really ask for more, right? Like, we already have published two modules, and module three will be coming out soon. That's really exciting. So, something to look forward to. So, this is a great introduction for this, Nana. Thank you so much. Now, let's take a few audience questions. We have our little Q&A box there if anyone wants to chat. or just ask us and share with the rest of the team here. Would really love to see what you have in for us. Okay, I have one question here. How do we know if our current ERP is still the right fit for our business as we scale?
Well, that is a great question, actually. That questions for businesses to ask regularly. Well, I guess the key is to evaluate your system performance against your evolving needs. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a couple of indicating questions that you can ask yourself. Is it flexible enough to handle higher transaction volumes as you grow?
Yeah.
Right? Can your account receivable system integrate easily with other tools that you are adopting or already adopted?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And are manual workarounds increasing over time, or uh, do you have reporting and automation capability to keep up with your changes? So if your
Mm-hmm.
answer is no to more of these questions, it's probably time for you to review your own setup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are really good guideline questions. I think I mentioned earlier we have clients asking us this, maybe they started with us, when they were 20, they have 20 customers and have grown to 200 customers, which is obviously a great thing to hear. And yeah, as I think I mentioned earlier, we refer them to suppliers who have experiences depending on industry. So thanks for those some key questions to ask, your business in evaluating that. I do have one more here. Um, can predictive analytics really make a difference for SMEs, or is it just for large businesses?
Absolutely. Predictive analytics is no longer just for big players. Thanks to
Hmm.
cloud-based tool and AI-driven platforms, it becomes more and more accessible, affordable as
Okay.
well for SME. Even if you are a one-man show in your AI team, you can just build predictive models on Excel spreadsheet. Like who doesn't love Excel?
Oh,
Yeah,
Excel. Yeah, I know a few people who
absolutely.
love that.
Yeah. So you don't need a data science team, just a right tool and a bit of training. And that's exactly why we created ezyCollect Academy to help businesses of all sizes elevate their account receivable function.
But that's a really good thing, right? Because you're saying that people can start with Excel, depend if it's a one-man band business, and then as it scales, that's where they should start evaluating different tools, right? I think everyone is just so like, okay, AI driven, we have to have AI now. But if it doesn't suit your business yet, again, goes back to the essentials. You need to have essentials first before you jump into these fancy little words.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Thanks for that. We're going to take one more question here. Okay, this is an interesting one. So, is AI and predictive analytics going to become a standard part of ezyCollect moving forward, as in cash flow and payment predictions would be very useful managing accounts payable and overdraft facilities? Thank you, Steve, for asking that. Oh, is this a question for you
Awesome.
or for me?
I guess it's a question for all ezyCollect as a whole.
Yeah. I can give my inputs on this one because obviously we work very closely with our product team, and it's good to hear. We obviously look at what's in the market, what's going out there. This is definitely a priority for our team to incorporate this because we know we have the data sets available and we can actually show this to our team. So not to reveal too much, but definitely this is something we're putting already in place in ezyCollect to help our existing clients who's already using us as one of their tools to ensure that we can actually provide this information. Yeah. Nana, anything you want to add there?
I just wanted to add one more thing is actually all the evidence on the slides that I just mentioned earlier, we discussed earlier, actually the snippet of our ezyCollect platform. So yes, some are in beta testing, some would be coming up, and some already available within the
That's right.
platform. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 that's true. I didn't want it to talk anything about ezyCollect, but you're right. Those are ezyCollect things. So if that's the first time you're seeing them, obviously reach out to myself and to the team, and we'll happily show you that. But that's just obviously just one of the few things and tools that you can use to showcase that within your team. Yeah. I guess that's all the questions. Any other questions that you have? Obviously, please send us an email, sales@ezycollect.io, or send Nana and myself an email. We'll be happy to go through those questions to you. But before we wrap up, because there's a lot of information here, obviously, I just wanted to ask Nana, just sort of like if there is one key takeaway for our audience here from yourself, obviously, what would that be?
Key takeaway, make your
Hmm.
account receivable process clean, automated, and proactive. If you get those three things right, your business will scale smoothly without cash flow headaches.
Amazing. I like that. Clean, automated, and proactive. Three key words and key takeaways for today's webinar. Love it. So I just wanted to say thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Obviously, if you want more resources, we've again popped in the ezyCollect Academy QR code. So scan there and for more information and in-depth, tools and information to improve your AR process. And also, we'd love to hear your feedback in the page. So drop us anytime in the ezyCollect Academy page if you have any questions, if you like the topic, if there's anything you'd like us to include. Obviously, Nana would be there to get your feedback and hopefully incorporate that in the upcoming modules. Nana, any last
Absolutely.
words for our audience?
Thanks, everyone. Keep those payments flowing and happy scaling.
Amazing. Thank you all. And we hope to see you all again in our next ezyCollect Academy webinar. Otherwise, hope you have all a fabulous day. Thank you. Have a good day.